Hello everyone, S Exclusive here, and I'm here to do a doll collection video of my Monster High dolls! Yay! So, I know you guys have been wondering, S Exclusive, where have you been? I mean, you haven't made a video in a long while after your last haul from the flea market. Well, I just want to say that I have been dealing with school, studying, and exams and all that. But I'm happy to say that I have finished my entire semester for this year, and I finished all of my exams. Today was basically the last day of my exams, so I'm basically free for the entire December until I go back in January. So yeah, today, well, this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my Monster High dolls, and then whenever I have the chance, or when I'm, not lazy, I'll make my Bratz collection video for you guys. So, there's that. And now I'm going to stop rambling about that and then start talking a little bit about my Monster High dolls. So I've been collecting Monster High dolls since 2010 to 2013. And then afterwards I stopped because I felt like I wasn't actually enjoying the idea of collecting Monster High because I was just so picky with my Monster High dolls. Like, I wanted a specific character from a specific line, from a specific era and year, and I tried every single way to get it, and it just put a toll on me because I was stressing to get some of the dolls that you will see in this video. So I haven't been collecting Monster High ever since, but someday, maybe in the future, I would like to collect some more Monster High dolls. We'll see in the future if I collect more Monster High dolls. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say for that. And now I'm going to stop talking and show you guys my Monster High dolls. So here are all 18 of my Monster High dolls. They have been arranged in a timeline sort of fashion from when I first got my Monster High doll to my very last Monster High doll. Starting with my first ever Monster High doll is One and Draculaura. So when I saw this doll, I was floored because I loved her pink and black color scheme because those are my favorite colors. And also she reminded me of Jade so much because back then Jade had a lot of pink in her clothes and hair. And also, Draculaura was sporting some pigtails, and it reminded me of Jade from the Bratz because she sported some pigtails. So there was a time where I took her hair down, and I also gave her the Jennifer long hairstyle. And I also painted her lips pink to make her look like she was a Picture Days doll, which I didn't like, and I removed it. But sadly, it removed a bit of her white teeth. But it's not too noticeable if you look at her from far away. And one time, I cut off her original sleeves because I was trying to make my Bratz dolls and Monster High dolls exchange clothes, which, by the way, Monster High clothes do not fit on the older Bratz dolls because, yeah, their bodies are much slimmer and skinnier than the Bratz dolls, so there's that. So I cut off the original sleeves, I regretted it, and decided to find some black lace and white tulle, and then recreate her sleeves again. And also, she sadly cannot bend her left knee because when I was bending it really forcefully, it broke and I was devastated, but I was able to pop it back on and then super glue because I didn't want it to pop off again. So now she can bend it slightly, but she can't bend it all the way. But otherwise, here's Draculaura. And next up is the 2-pack Deuce, Gorgon, and Cleo Nile. So when I got this pack, I paid more attention to Deuce than I did for Cleo because Deuce was the first ever boy doll to be introduced into a doll series full of girls. And I loved him so much. And it took me so long to love Cleo. She has this little pout on her face. So here's Deuce. And he had some modification done to him. Like, he's wearing this black stud earring because his original one broke. He doesn't have his necklace because I lost it. I modified his belt by painting it black and cutting off the chain. And he's not wearing his original shoes because he's actually wearing his shoes from the Casket Ball fashion pack. As for Cleo here, I cut off her tinsel because every time I tried to brush her hair, the tinsel would snag onto the comb and then it would make the tinsel turn gray by shredding, and so I didn't like that, so I cut it all off. And one time I tried to reroot her with blue streaks in her hair to make her look like Picture Day Cleo, and I also painted her lips blue one time. But I decided to make her original Cleo by taking out the blue streaks from her hair and repainting her lips red again. So these are not her original lips. Her original ones are like dark red. These ones are kind of like bright, especially on my camera, so yeah. Gloom Beach Jackson. He was my second boy doll in my doll collection because I was debating if I wanted to get another boy from my doll collection because I didn't want Deuce to be lonely. So in the end, I was like, yes, I need to get Jackson no matter what. So here he is. And he had some changes done to him. Like, I washed the gel from his hair, and then I snipped it short because I didn't like how shaggy it looked. And one time I tried to, go crazy with some tattoos on my Jackson Jekyll and also hold tight over here. But that didn't work out, and so I decided to remove it with some PR acetone, which I was able to remove all the tattoos that I did on him. And now he's tattooless. And he's also not wearing his original sandals. He's actually wearing Deuce's original shoes because his sandals are being worn by another doll. And here is my fifth Monster High doll, which is Wave 1 Frankie Stein. So I didn't get this doll, nor my parents, nor my sister. My sister's friend actually got her for me. This is a replacement Frankie Stein because I had a first Frankie Stein doll that my sister's friend got because at the time I wanted Gloom Beach Draculaura, but they didn't have the Gloom Beach out yet. He opted to buy me Frankie Stein, and I was just like, yes. And so when he brought Frankenstein over, the first doll, not this doll, Frankenstein, her hair was rooted very thinly, and her arm pegs, especially these arms, they were like the ones with the pegs. So if you try to take it out or put the arm back on, you would hear a simple snap. Well, one of her pegs on her arms broke, so it wouldn't go back on. It always fell off, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so devastated because I only had it for 2 hours, and she was already broken. But my sister's friend suggested I put her back in her original box, and then he'll go back to Toys R Us and exchange her for this Frankenstein. So I put that original Frankie back in her box. It was so messy because her hair was all over the place. Her arm was somewhere in the box. Watsit down here was upside down in his box, and everything was just a mess. But he was able to exchange it, and later that same night, he came by before I went to bed and gifted me this Frankenstein doll, so here she is. My next two dolls are the School Is Out 2-pack of Claude and Draculaura. And just like Deuce and Cleo, I paid more attention to Claude than I did for Draculaura. I don't know why that I paid more attention to the Monster High boys. I guess it's because they're so rare, and they only come up once in a lifetime, so seeing all the girls, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, but when I see the boys, I'm just like, I love them. So here's Claude. His outfit, I kinda, modified his vest. I cut off the white collar because I just didn't like how it looked. That's basically it for Claude. He's so handsome, I just love him, he's just so cute. And then Draculaura here, which she went through a lot of modification. If you guys do not know, I actually renamed her Dracuyoko because since I have two Draculaura dolls, I didn't want both of them to be named the same name, so I named her Dracuyoko. And when I first got her, I took her hair down and gave her some yellow streaks with coontails, but then I put her hair back into pigtails, and stupidly, I decided to hack off her original bangs to give her a side bang, which did not look right. I decided to give her some new bangs, so here it is. It looks kind of choppy, but it was the best I could do for her, sadly. She doesn't have her pink cuffs on her sleeves of her dress anymore because one of them actually came undone. It unraveled, and I was so devastated. I tried to fix it, but to no avail. So I used some pink ribbon to substitute it as a cuff, but it looked so ugly because my stitching was pretty bad back then. So I decided to take off both cuffs and then just sew them into a thin, tight sleeves near her wrist here. And then I used clear nail polish to seal it so that it wouldn't unravel. Her shoes, they have been repainted into pink and black because originally they were yellow, pink, and black, but I painted them black to make them look like just basic black pumps. Ooh, she's about to fall over. But I didn't like that, so I decided to paint it pink and yellow again, but that didn't work out, so I decided to just paint it all black with some pink details, so yeah. My 8th Monster High doll is Holt Hyde, and I actually didn't get this doll. I got him in the mail from a YouTuber on my channel, and he loved my Pretty Little Liars series so much that he decided to buy this Holt Hyde doll and then ship him over to me, and I was just like, wow, thank you so much. Like, I wasn't expecting of that. And he was very, you know, happy that I got him, and I'm very happy to have him in my collection because he is so rare. Mattel only made like 2 releases of him, like this release and the Swims class release. He was actually the first ever doll that I experiment drawing tattoos on my dolls. I drew a dragon tattoo that went from his left arm all the way to his chest. I actually have a picture of his tattoo that I drew a long time ago and then uploaded onto DeviantArt. So I'll show you guys the tattoo that I drew for him. And pretty soon, I kind of went overboard with the Sharpie and drawing tattoos on my dolls that his body was, especially his arms and his torso, and also his back, they were littered with so many Sharpie tattoos that I felt like I just needed to remove them so much. And I used pure acetone once again. Do not do that, you guys, because it's very dangerous. I removed them all, and then I painted his torso metallic blue because that was the only color that I can find for him. Now I learned my lesson. Do not use a Sharpie to draw tattoos on your doll. And of course, who could forget the infamous Skull Shores Ghoulia Yelps? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, well, let's just say that when Skull Shores hit stores back then, it was a zombie apocalypse. Like, no matter what, you would see rows and rows of Skull Shores Ghoulia Yelps. Like, it was just like an army. It was wild. Like, you couldn't find Lagoona Blue, nor Abby. You would just find her. But here she is, and I also straightened her bangs and hair. But there was one time where I tried to curl her hair, but it didn't work out, so I decided to just straighten it and leave it like that. So, yeah. Next to her is Skull Shores Lagoona Blue. She was a surprise find when I was at Target one time. Like, I was just going to the doll section and then looking at the Monster High dolls. I looked up at the Skull Shores and I was flipping through like, oh, there's Ghoulia. Oh, there's Draculaura. And then I saw the artwork of Lagoona Blue and I was just like, is that Lagoona Blue? And then when I took her down, I was just like, yes, it is! Oh my god, I found her! I tried to look everywhere for Lagoona. I even tried to look her on eBay and it didn't work out, but now here she is at Target, the only one. And when my little brother came to find me, he was just like, what did you find? I was just like, I found Lagoona Blue! Like, and I made him look around the entire store just to find my dad. And when I found him, I showed him Lagoona Blue and I was just like, I need to buy her, can I? And he was just like, alright. And so I got her home and now here she is, and she is just adorable. I love her so much. And my next 2 Monster High boys are the Creator Monster Gargoyle and Vampire Boy set. So, fun fact, I named this boy Sandstone and this boy Volta Knight. So, starting with Sandstone, he's actually wearing a Ken fashion pack that I got long ago. So, this jacket is from the fashion pack that I modified to fit him, along with making him these rolled up cuffs. And this shirt underneath is actually a black t-shirt that I stitched together to go with this outfit. And these pants are from the fashion pack, but they were attached to a white dress shirt that went with this. And also these shoes are from the fashion pack as well. Some of the Ken shoes can fit Monster High boys. It all depends because some of them are very tight. Like these dress shoes are very tight to put on the Monster High boys. And then Volta Knight. Fun fact, I got inspiration to make him into a butler from the anime Black Butler, you know, Sebastian McAllis. But now he's actually just basic Volta Knight, sporting all red. And his outfit is from the pack that came with these 2. And also the shoes, but I removed the red detail from the laces because I just wanted them to be like basic black. Next up is Skull Shores Abby Abominable. And oh my gosh, this doll was one of the hardest dolls to get in my collection because I was desperate to get the Skull Shores of Ghoulia Yelps, Lagoona Blue, this Abby, and Gil next to her. I was looking around just for Abby and I couldn't find her at any store, so I went online and I asked around if anyone could find an Abby doll. And there was one person who found an Abby doll and they bought her for me and they were going to ship it. But it seemed like I was scammed from the doll because the person kept saying that, oh, she's flying all over the place. And the next thing you know, she flies back to me and I'm just like, what? For some reason, Skull Shores Abby started popping up in stores. Like, she popped up at Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, and I passed her altogether because I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get a doll in the mail. But in the end, I never got the doll in the mail until this doll. Claudine and I had a spare Skull Shores Abby, and he was very generous to actually send her over to me wearing this outfit and these Karina Monster Skeleton Girl shoes. So I'm very thankful of him to actually send this doll because she is so beautiful. And I remember when I was just on my laptop one day and next thing you know, he popped up and said, hey, did the doll arrive? And I was just like, no. But then he was just like, but the doll arrived today. And so I was just like, what? So I ran out barefoot to my mailbox and I opened it and I saw a package for me. And I ran back inside barefoot again and I ripped the package apart and there she was. Her hair looks so boring, so I decided to give her this hairstyle. And I gave her some pipe cleaner cuffs to go with her outfit. And just recently I stitched some black leggings for her because without them she kind of looked a little skanky. So I stitched some black leggings and she looks modest in it. And also the shoes. I cut off the ankle strap and I painted it black and purple to go with her color scheme. So now Gillington Gil Webber from the Skull Shores line. Oh my god. And I say that because he was the hardest for me to get. Like, literally. If you guys look online, he goes for like $500 on Amazon, eBay. He is that rare. It was crazy. And I was so picky because I wanted this Gillington Gil Webber at the time because I thought like, oh no, I'm never gonna get a Gillington Gil Webber because later on, Mattel released him, but it was kind of too late because at the time I was filming my Pretty Little Liars series and I needed him for my character. So I looked online and I found a Gillington Gil Webber from a friend on Flickr. And I asked him if he was for sale, and he was just like, yeah, he's for sale. You just need to, like, send or give me, like, $10, and then I'll ship him over to you. So I was just like, alright, stupid me. I didn't have PayPal. So you can imagine me putting $10 in an envelope and then shipping it off. Like, that is a big no-no. And I waited, like, months and months, and I was just like, hey, did you get the money? And he was just like, no. Hey, is the doll sent yet? No. And I was just like, oh, great. Found out that I was scammed by him. He never got the money, and he never shipped the doll out. In the end, I never got the doll from him, and he apologized, and I was like, it's okay. Pretty much we moved on from that. But then, someone actually had a spare Gillington Gil Webber doll, and I was just like, did the Lord answer my prayers or something? And he was just like, I actually have a spare Gil doll, and I'll send him to you for free. I was just like, oh my god, thank you so much! And he also said that he was going to include some of his pieces, like his fish tank, his card, his drink, and also an extra doll, which is this black and white Skull Shores Frankie, which I will tell you guys later. So he sent the dolls over, and when I got the package, I was so excited. Like, I ripped it open, I was just like, Gil, 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 give me Gil! So when I found Gil, I pulled him out, and turns out, this Gillington Gil Webber was covered in paint. He was covered in dried, crusty-ass paint. There was paint all over his body, his legs, his feet, his fins, even his joints, and even his head. I was just like, what? No, I finally have Gil, and he's ruined. Over the next couple of weeks or so, I felt like I had to do something to get Gil all cleaned up. I tried acetone, I tried nail polish remover, I tried Oxy 10, I even tried gas, like gas for cars, to actually remove the paint. Didn't work out in the end. So what did I do? I repainted him. So I repainted everything, but I didn't know how to seal my paint. So the paint that I used to repaint him kind of flaked off, and it was just all messy and all over the place. So after I finally understand how to seal my paints, I decided to remove the first coat of paint, and then I repainted him again with the same paint as his skin tone. So, yeah, that's why he kind of looks a little metallic, especially on his torso and his legs and feet, because he was covered in paint all over, and I decided to just paint everything. So you can see I painted his gills, his webbed hands, and also his feet. And I also painted the gills on his back, and also the gills on his neck. And as you can see, I painted his mohawk because it was the most covered in paint. And also I painted
his lips again because they were just kind of like not there, so yeah. Otherwise, here he is, looking beautiful as ever, even though it was a big pain in the butt just to get him and then fix him up. But in the end, I'm kind of happy because seeing him in this condition, I'm very proud of myself because I fixed him up and I gave him lots of love. And now he's very happy because he's in my doll collection and he looks gorgeous as ever. Next up is black and white Skull Shorts Frankie that came in the same package as this Skellington Go Wubber doll. So I wasn't intended to get this doll because I was just like, oh, it's just Frankie, whatever. But once I got her, I was just like, wow, she is actually that pretty. I mean, look at her short haircut. I love it. And it frames her face well. And also she's grayscale. Like, oh my lord, I love it. She came with her swimsuit, but stupid me decided to color it, you know, icicle colors to make it look like it was Abby's swimsuit. Now she's wearing this outfit that I made for her. I made her this one sleeve off the shoulder top, and then this really short fringy skirt. And these boots are actually from a Moxie Teens accessories pack. So she's wearing these shoes that I painted the soles black. Next up is Sweet 1600's Clawdeen Wolf, and she was my present for Christmas 2012, and I love her so much because, like I said, I was very picky with my dolls, and particularly Clawdeen Wolf, I wanted her to have long hair, because when I looked at her Schools Out doll, I was just like, I want Clawdeen Wolf with long hair. And when I found out that Sweet 1600's Clawdeen Wolf had long hair, I was just like, yes, I need her. So I got her, and I'm just like, yes. And just recently, I took the tinsels out from her hair because even though the tinsels were pretty, they kind of left her hair feeling dry, and it just felt so, you know, ratty, and I was just like, I can't deal with it. So it took me a long time to go through plug after plug just to cut off the tinsel. And it was time consuming, but now her hair feels like off and it flows well. Just beautiful, and I love it. Second to last is Picture Day Spectra. I wasn't really picky with Spectra because before I picked this doll out, I was looking at my Core 7 Monster High dolls, but I felt like I needed to add Spectra to my, you know, Monster High collection. So I decided if I wanted to get Picture Day Spectra or Dot Dead Gorgeous Spectra. But I decided to go with Picture Day Spectra because her outfit looks gorgeous as ever. Like, I love everything about it. And also, her glasses are not hers. They're actually from a Barbie doll. I decided to just put it on her head to make it look like she has more style to her. So, yeah. Last but not least is Rolling Maze Operetta. And just like Spectra, I was wondering if I wanted to add her to my Core 8 Monster High dolls now. And when I looked at them, I was just like, I know I have to have Operetta with me. I decided if I wanted to get Rolling Maze Operetta here or Dance Class Operetta. And I was wondering which doll I wanted to get that I'm getting a lot of stuff for the money that I'm paying. In the end, I decided to go with Rolling Maze Operetta because she came with a lot of stuff and also she came with the stand. So here she is. Oops, sorry, Spectra. So here she is. Lovely as ever. I took her hair down because I just didn't like the ponytail and I wanted to comb her hair when I, you know, play with her and such. So there is Rolling Maze Operetta, my last ever doll that I got in 2013, and I stopped collecting after that. So here are all of my Monster High dolls. And just before I go, I just wanted to show you guys how I display my Monster High dolls. So here they are. They're on top of my entire Bratz shelf. And I decided to give them this area of display because I felt like they were like a little special and of course 18 dolls. And I just used any way I could to make it look like they were like on a, you know, a steps or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah, here's where I display my Monster High dolls and I love them all very much. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if this video was very choppy because I tried to speak and I was literally, you know, trying to think of some words to speak, like right now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my Monster High dolls collection, along with me telling about how I got them.
and all that. And so that's basically it for this video. And stay tuned for my Bratz collection video, which I don't know when I'm gonna make that because I have a ton of dolls and I'm still currently rearranging some dolls on my shelf, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. More videos will be up soon or whenever I can, so yeah. Anyways, goodbye everyone!